Hi, I'm Jackie. This is a recording of one of my live yoga classes that I do on Zoom, and it's a whole hour spent on our chest and our shoulders, so opening out. It's a long time, but if you can do it, you will feel so good after because you really open out your posture, and that will improve your breathing, blood flow to your brain, and you actually will feel happier. There's a lot of science on it. I won't go into it, but if you have better posture, you basically have more confidence and more energy. You feel more positive, and it's particularly good if you are a little bit rounded or you do have that desk job or osteopenia or osteoporosis. So if you're like me and you're determined to keep your body in good condition and not get rounded as you get older, then you have to do the work on your body. So hopefully you can do the work and with me today and commit to your body and commit to your long-term health. So starting off, warming up, getting the blood moving. You can march on the spot, you can run just for about 1 minute, you can sprint, you can jump, you can skip, and really get the arms moving because that really helps to get your heart rate up. Pulling your arms back, your elbows pulling back, reaching through the crown of the head. Oh, go Melinda. Can. Melinda's doing this. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this is with people, you might watch it on YouTube, you might be watching this on YouTube. I've got people on Zoom as well, so I am talking to them and I can see them. Some of them are running, one of them's doing this. Woo! Okay, now we're going to do this one with straight arms, heel towards bottom, palms facing forward, tops of the shoulders pulling down away from your ears, and you pull your arms down, back and in. So not like that. Keep the arms behind as though you're trying to make your arms disappear behind you, so you really feel your triceps and your shoulder blade muscles. Also squeeze in your lower front ribs, because if you jut out your lower ribs, you over tense in your middle back, and you don't want to over tense in the middle back. You just want to keep it strong so it doesn't go in that direction. We're going to be doing a lot of work on our shoulders, opening out our chest, and tomorrow you'll be walking around with a really open, straight posture. It'll feel really good too. It's also energizing to work on your posture, and your breath improves and your blood flow to your brain improves. Okay, so next one is we've got the warming up exercises. Step the left leg back, left arm up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Find your own rhythm. Keep looking straight ahead, keeping your chest lifted. You make it easier, just little steps back, or bigger steps back. You can make it harder, stepping forward. Now I'm doing inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, because the stepping back is quite hard. You need a bit more power, and the exhale, you get a bit more core. Next one is easier, touching opposite knee, or harder, touching opposite elbow but not hunching into it. Keeping your chest lifted. Putting a rotation through the spine here. Don't look at the floor. Horizontal gaze. Almost leaning back. And then one more warming up exercise, or cardiovascular, touching the heel, but don't worry if you can't touch. So don't strain your back. Keep squeezing your lower front ribs in a little bit. Try to get a little bit puffed every day. Get a little bit puffed. That means you're keeping your heart strong, keeping your blood moving. Okay, and then bring your arms out. Look at your feet into alignment. Parallel, spread your toes. Turn your palms up. Straight elbows, turn your shoulders in. Turn your shoulders in and out. Keep your head on top. I just noticed my head was forward just a little bit. Try to feel your upper arm bone, the ball or the head, rotating in, turning in that shoulder socket and out, ball and socket joint. So this is freeing up and strengthening up at the same time. It's a very simple exercise, but a really good one. You can make it easier having your arms lower down, arms straight out, and if you're holding two weights, that would be harder again. And then alternating, one turning in, one turning out. Make sure you're not looking at the floor, keeping that lift through the chest. If it gets a bit too much and you start to tense up through your neck, just go, see there? It's much easier. Otherwise you can keep them right out, and even grab hand weights if you like to use them. Should be filling your muscles now. And then go back to the first one, just both the same, doing the same thing. Let's do 3 more up and down. And then 1 more out, in. Oh, that was quite strong. Roll your shoulders slowly one way. A lot of work going to be done on those shoulders today. And then the other way. Touch your fingers to the top of your shoulders and then circle your elbows one way. 5 times, about. Big as you can get. And then let's go the other way. Another one that's strengthening and loosening and improving blood flow, and also moving synovial fluid or oiling up, lubricating to that shoulder joint. Okay, arms down beside you, nice and heavy, sort of pull down through the tops of the shoulders, and then just ear towards shoulder, just releasing those muscles because they do tend to tense up a touch. When you do the shoulder exercises, we'll have to do plenty of neck releases. Obviously, you can't work your shoulders without sort of working a bit around your neck. And then we'll do look over one shoulder, look over the other shoulder, trying to keep that good range. One more. And then we're going to do elbows in back pockets without jutting out your lower ribs, with chin tuck. So put your elbows in back pockets, lower ribs squeeze in, head pulls back. So make a triple chin, squeeze your triple or your double chin and release. Elbows in back pockets, head back, double chin and release. We'll do about 10 more of them. These are good to do every day if you're at the desk, or if you're driving a lot or cycling a lot, or you have osteopenia, osteoporosis. It's good for all of us. We all sit too much, but some people need to do more than others. Try to feel the shoulder blades squeezing into the spine. When I'm not thinking about it, as soon as my mind wanders, the lower ribs jut out and the head. So I need to really focus quite a bit to put the elbows in back pockets with the lower ribs and the head, the chin pulling in, the chin tuck. Okay, last one. Pause, hold, 3, 2, 1, release. Next one is one arm at a time. So let's start, we'll do the right arm first. So you need the wall and you put your hand on the diagonal and then turn away from the wall. So you're feeling the stretch across the front of the shoulder and into the chest. So bend the elbow a little bit. Do about 20% push into the wall. So the muscles slightly contract and, well, I'm doing 20% push, 80% stretch. But maybe you need to do 50-50. So 50% push, stabilizing action, and 50% stretch. Let's say you have a shoulder tear, you would do 100% push. You wouldn't do any stretch if you had a tear at the front of the shoulder. So you can choose, what does your shoulder need? Maybe just 50-50. Maybe do lots of push-ups and planks, and really you're very strong and you just need a good stretch, 100% stretch. But most people should do a bit of push with the stretch. Now I'm just going to go just pure stretch, not push. Don't overstretch because that will actually make you stiffer. Final few breaths in and out. Okay, releasing, just have both arms beside you. Close your eyes and actually feel into your right shoulder and chest. You notice there's more blood flow there. You'll feel that. Oh, it's amazingly good for you, that one. So we're not going to get rounded shoulders. So put the left arm on the diagonal, bent elbow a little bit, and then try to turn away from the wall. And then you can decide if your shoulder is a little bit stiff and a little bit weak. Like most people, their shoulders could be a bit stronger and a little bit more flexible. So maybe 50-50, a bit of push, a bit of stretch at the same time, trying to consciously relax. I'm going to do more of a stretch. I just feel like that's what I want to do. And I've been at the computer all day, pretty much, for at least 4 hours anyway. Try to breathe in and out through the nose most of the time, in yoga and in life, in through the nose and out through the nose. You're not lifting weights, so the belly should move, or the diaphragm, moving freely. And just hold the stretch. I'm not pushing, I'm just holding the stretch now for the final few breaths. If it's too much in the wrist, you do it. You can do it at the door, a door frame, so the wrist isn't flexed at all or extended. Okay, everybody, come back to good posture, and we're just going to hold our palms facing forward and pull our shoulders back a little bit without jutting out your lower ribs, and then take your head slightly back. So basically exaggerated good posture. Deliberately go into rounded posture, turn your shoulders in, bring your head forward, hunch, really hunch, deliberately hunch, and then try to take a deep breath. And you know that's where you don't want to be, and you don't want to get stuck there like lots of people get stuck there, because your bones adapt to, if you sit too much, that will happen. So let's exaggerate good posture. So turn the shoulders out, almost lean back a bit, and really open the chest without arching. Just squeeze, so slight posterior pelvic tilt and slight squeeze in the lower ribs, and just look straight ahead. And then, because we're doing exaggerated good posture, we're going to look up a little bit. So not at the floor, not even eye level, just a little bit higher. Maybe gaze a little bit at the ceiling, depending on how high your ceiling is. So maybe just look up the wall a little bit, or at the sky if you're looking out the window. Feel your breathing. And then just go to not exaggerated. Just simply have good posture. Feel your lungs can move freely, like those two weird shaped balloons. They can move freely in all directions. Okay, so the next one, your hands just a little bit higher than your head on the wall. So quite high, above your head height. Grip your fingers, and then not very far away, only about 2 feet away from the wall. Grip your fingers, and then try to sink, hold your grip and sink your chest down. You can go a little bit closer to the wall and your arms a bit higher. So you're basically trying to get your chin and your breastbone towards the wall, but your sitting bones towards the wall behind you. Your chest towards the wall in front of you, and your nose, and your bottom towards the wall behind you. So you're arching, holding your grip, you're arching your back, you're extending your spine. So you can look slightly up. Try to turn the upper arm bones out in the socket. Try to relax into it. I'm spreading my toes too here. May as well do the feet as well. The spine, the shoulders. You can always adjust it a little bit easier or a little bit more intense. About 30 more seconds. One more breath in and out. Oh, it's quite strong. Oh. Whew. Okay, a couple little side to side neck and a couple of neck rolls. Okay, and then we'll just do a little flexion through the spine. So if you're a bit stiffer, that might be enough for you. Some people will go a bit further forward. So just stretching forward gently, let the spine round out a little bit. I like to grab the back of my legs and try to pull forward with my arms, but try to pull back with my spine against the arms. Okay, so coming to all fours and just hold in all fours to start with. Reach the crown of the head forward and the tailbone backward. Turn the shoulders in and out. More oiling up. Trying to promote healthier joints, younger joints with more lubrication. Adding on cat-cow, exhale, inhale. You can add on, pull the hands towards the knees on the inhale, push the hands and knees away from each other on the exhale if you like. Just get that blood moving a little bit more. Okay, if you're comfortable kneeling, otherwise you could sit on a chair, you could sit cross-legged and grab your strap, or if you don't have a strap, a tea towel even would be fine. Now, even if you can do this, even if you can grab like I can, I still want you to use the strap for this first variation. So let's have your left elbow, let's have your right elbow down. And I want you to grab the strap or the tea towel and just pull, so not touching your body. So just trying to pull back your, so not like that, that's touching, trying to pull back so your arms are not touching your head or your body. And just look straight ahead and hold here for about 40 seconds, 40, 50. It's actually strengthening your back and opening the front. It's quite hard. Squeezing the lower front ribs. Keep the breath flowing. One more breath. Oh, it's quite strong. Okay, just have a break, pause, and then the other side. So not actually, it's much easier if your arms are just touching, see, my head and my body, but pulling back, oh, that makes it much more strengthening and more effective. So the more we strengthen our back, the less likely we are to have that rounded posture. So we are doing a lot of stretching the front, but also quite a bit of strengthening our back gently. Relax as much as you can. And one more breath in and out. And then releasing the strap down for the moment. And then push the palms of the hands together. Stabilizing action. And then just all fours, or even if you feel like plank pose, just for 20 seconds. Just a bit of weight bearing into the arms. Plank or all fours. In all fours, push the shins down, squeeze the belly a little bit and the chest. Okay, we're going to repeat what we just did with the right elbow down, but this time you're actually trying to walk your hands towards each other along the strap. So your arms can actually touch your body, and some people can just grab, no forcing anything, and just holding. You can be standing, you can be sitting on a chair, you can be kneeling. Close your eyes if it helps. One more breath in and out. Pause. And it'll be left elbow down. One side will be different to the other for most people. Not forcing, just holding at your edge. Reaching the top elbow up, the bottom elbow down. Try to have your head not forward. Try to have your head up, right up on top of your spine. Make it feel really good. A little bit intense, but good intense, not too intense. One more breath. And then we'll do release and do another stabilizing action, pushing the palms of the hands together. And then plank or all fours. Just for 20 seconds. Squeeze your belly and chest. Push the shoulder blades down and into the spine. Okay, so this one is we're trying to keep our back flat. So what you'll be doing is grabbing us, you'll be lying on your back. I'll just show you. And you're trying to keep your back flat and bring your arms up and then back down. With a flat back, might just fix these microphones. Okay, so you're trying to keep your feet together, flat back. So don't let your back arch. I want you to try to make your lower back flat, which it probably won't. I mean, you have an inward curve, but you're trying to posterior tilt. And we're starting with this variation. So if it's really easy for you to get the backs of the hands to the floor with your back not arching, then that's good. Just keep maintaining that. If it's a little bit hard, then that means there's a bit of stiffness in the shoulders and thoracic. So this class will be good for you to do more regularly to take that stiffness out. It's never too late to reverse bad posture. Okay, last one. And then bring your knees in, roll to the side, coming to standing or sitting on a chair or kneeling. And without, I'll show you what not to do. Arching my back like that. So try to keep your back, your lower ribs in and your chin tuck. And that's my edge there. I can feel a bit of a stretch across the front of the shoulders and chest and arms, biceps, and then release. So don't arch into your spine. Keep your lower ribs in. And if the straps, you can double it over. Mine's getting a bit. You can use a tea towel. Just about 5 more. So you go into the stretch, pause, squeeze the lower ribs in, chin tuck. So I see people at the yoga classes with quite rounded spines, and this is what they can do, that much. Okay, but they try to do this but they have to arch their back. So, but you want to be able to get to, like, naturally when you're a kid, naturally you can really open out here. Okay, that's good. It's quite strong. The next one is let's sit on our bottom. I'm going to use my block actually. You can sit on pillows or a bolster. A chair is fine. Put your right foot in front if you're sitting cross-legged. And then just clasp your elbows first. Take a few breaths there. Elbows clasped behind you. Pull the shoulders down and back. And focus on breathing in and out through your nose. About 5 counts in, 5 counts out. Shoulders pull down and back, lower ribs pull in. And then pop your left foot in front, sitting with your legs crossed. And it's fine to sit on the chair and change the elbows to the less natural way. Pull the shoulders down and back, reach through the crown, take your head back a little bit, your chin in, and don't let your lower front ribs jut out. And breathing in and out through the nose, 5 counts in. 5 counts out. One more. Okay, good. Right foot in front. And turning to the right. So looking towards the wall behind you. Now try to take your right arm towards grabbing your left inner thigh. Don't force anything. Next exhalation, final exhalation. Center up. Put the left foot in front. Sit up straight. And then turning to the left. Looking towards the wall behind you. And try to get your left arm to grab as close as you can towards the right inner thigh. Grab a bit of material or a bit of skin, a bit of muscle. Next exhalation, final exhalation. Centering up. Bring your feet straight out in front of you. Press the palms of the hands together. Clasp the fingers, press the palms up. Try to straighten your elbows. Lift out of the lower spine. Spread your toes. About 30 seconds. Squeeze in your elbows. Up arms a bit closer towards your ears. Keep that lift out of your waist. Your legs fairly active. Head back a little bit. Lift straight up. One more breath. Okay, releasing. So coming to standing on your knees, and if it's too strong to clasp your fingers like I am, just grab your strap again. So I'll show you. So it could be grabbing the strap, pull down like that, or you could be just grabbing your fingers. Okay, and then we're going to do bridge pose, which is good to strengthen our back and our glutes. And also we're doing that same stretch with the strap, or you can just pull your shoulders back. You might clasp fingers. If you're very flexible, you can grab your ankles, but only if your neck and your lower back say it's okay. And you can try to walk your feet forward, grabbing around your ankles. No one forcing anything. Try to actively posterior tilt pubic bone towards breastbone. Push down through your feet. Push your knees out a little bit. If you need a break, come down, hug your knees in. Otherwise, just stay, change the clasp maybe to the less natural way. Maybe the shoulders can pull back a little bit more. Pushing down through the triceps a bit and the feet. Okay, slowly release your clasp, come down vertebrae by vertebrae. And then just bring your legs to 90-90, bring your fingertips together and just squeeze your chest a little bit, push the fingertips together a little bit. And then grab around your shins and with your arms try to pull your knees in, but with your knees pushing away. And then put your hands on top of your knees, on your thighs. And I want you to, with your hands, try to push your knees away, and with your knees trying to push in. So your belly contracts a bit there. So adding a bit of resistance. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you don't know the 90-90 arms, internal external rotation, then you need to sort of learn that. If you know this, windscreen wiper with arms 90-90. If you don't know it, just have a look at what my arms are doing here so you can see. It's not a big movement. I'm trying to get the right angle, 90-degree angles. It's just a little movement. So feeling, and then you do it with, so oiling up hips and shoulders here. One turning in, one turning out. That's good for preventing lower back stiffness as well. And then coming back to hugging your knees in for a couple of breaths. Just hugging your knees in, using your arm muscles. Now lying on your left side and put a pillow or a block under your ear. Bring the palms of the hands together, knees are bent. Get comfortable there. Lying on your left side, palms of the hands together, knees bent, a pillow or a block under your head, under your ear. Okay. And then don't let the right hip or the right knee pull back. So open out that right arm on the diagonal. Pause, feel that stretch, sort of like when we're at the wall, the similar stretch. And then close. Push the palms of the hands together. And open out, maybe a little bit further into it. Keep that top knee hip forward and just put your head wherever is comfortable. Feel the stretch, take a breath, pause. It's a nice relaxing one, this one. Close, push the palms of the hands together. And then we'll open and hold this stretch. Play with the angles, see if you can find the stiffer area. Keep adjusting that top hip knee forward so your hand should not come to the floor. The more you adjust the top knee forward, the more you can get the opening actually through the right shoulder and chest. Final inhalation. Exhale. Close, slowly push the palms of the hands together. And then lying on your right side. Get comfortable. Palms the hands together, knees are bent, top hip knee forward, and opening out your left arm. Find the stretch. Pause. And then close. Push the palms of the hands together. Opening out. Pause. And then close. Push. And then we'll open once more, hold the stretch this time. Play with the angles. Final inhalation. And then slowly close, push the palms of the hands together. And then all fours or plank, just for a few breaths. And then downward dog, or if you prefer not to do downward dog, you can go hands on the wall or downward dog for a few breaths. About 1 minute. Try to get in downward dog, chest closer towards your feet. So you're opening your thoracic more. If you've got your hands on the wall, try to get chest closer to the floor. Let's do one more breath in and out. Okay, and sitting on a chair or kneeling or even Japanese kneeling, and try to get your fingertips, turn the shoulders in, out, in, out, in. Try to get your fingertips together, or maybe your knuckles, maybe the palms of the hands. Turn, and then try to turn the shoulders back out, and just holding this one in standing, sitting, kneeling, toe stretch. try to feel into the centre of the spine, the bones that stick out, spinous processes. So get centred there. So one shoulder might need to pull back a bit more, your stiffer side. Close your eyes if it helps you to relax into your body. My toes have had enough. I'm going to ordinary kneeling. Just a final few breaths with the shoulders, with the final shoulder stretch actually. Well, sort of, sort of the final one. It pretty much is. Okay, and then releasing, wrist release one way, then the other way. All fours, cat cow. Okay, let me just quickly show you what you're about to do. So you can have a yoga bolster or a block or pillows. And first, we're going to go legs up the wall without props. So just quickly look. First, you're going to come right into the wall. And we're going to do 1 minute with the arms like that above our head. And then with our back flat. And then we're going to shove in a block or a few pillows or a bolster. And then we'll have Shavasana arms. And we'll just have our body relaxing. So first, go into the wall. No prop. And bring your arms up above your head. So this is the last shoulder opening exercise. If it's too strong, you just have to bend your elbows out a little bit. Otherwise you have them as straight as you can get them, as high up, backs of the hands on the floor. I'm trying to get your elbows straighter and your breath steady. In and out through the nose. And you can shove a block or a bolster or a few pillows under your lower back, under your hips. And then you can just have your arms, Shavasana arms, so palms facing up. And just rest here for another minute. Acknowledge how much effort you've put in, the commitment and discipline. You've spent an hour on your shoulders, which is your chest, and you know how important that is. Your lungs and your heart will benefit. Your general health and longevity and feeling your best. If you have better posture, you simply have better breathing patterns and better blood flow to the brain which is connected to health and longevity and disease prevention, like heart disease and dementia. Okay, and then we're going to either sit, if you feel like sitting, or lie down to finish for the last 5 minutes. Spend that little bit more time on some deep diaphragmatic breathing. If you're sitting, nice straight spine, otherwise lying down with the palms facing up. Hopefully the shoulders are very easily turning out, and you actually can feel, even in this pose, your posture more open, or if you're sitting, your chest more lifted, so you naturally have better posture, effortlessly, without always having to think about it. I'm going to take a few deep breaths in and out, and a few little holds. So breathe in, fully in, slowly, 5 or 6 counts out, breathe slowly in. And then hold your breath in. And then breathe slowly out. Hold your breath out. Breathe in, 5 or 6 counts out. In. I'm mixing up my words a bit here. Slowly breathing in, about 5 or 6 counts breathing in. And then holding your breath in for a little bit till you find your own edge. So some people can just hold their breath a bit longer than others. So take it to your edge and you breathe out through your nose, 5 or 6 counts out. And then hold your breath out, which is a little bit harder, just to your edge, so you feel a little bit uncomfortable. So slowly in, pause, slowly out, pause. Another few rounds. Then when you're finished, come to normal breathing, whatever that is. And think about a very stressed person, panicky, impatient, angry, maybe angry, fearful, worried, stressed. And that's going to speed up aging in the heart, in everything, cardiovascular system especially. And think about the opposite. Somebody breathes very quietly, calmly, slowly. So you don't have to go around breathing, holding your breath all day. But when you do a little bit of breath work every day, slower breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, conscious breathing, a few holds, it slows everything down. There's an anti-aging effect, a health effect, health promoting. So see if you can feel for yourself. Don't believe anything I say. See how you feel in your body, in your heart, in your brain. So slowly come out of the pose, and the effects of what you've just done, you've spent a good hour on your body, and that should last for at least 12 hours, if not 24 hours. So hopefully you can do a bit every day, of the yoga or the meditation or a bit of stretching. Doesn't need to be a whole hour, but make it a part of your everyday life. And thank you. If you like this session, in a couple of weeks' time, it'll be on YouTube, I think, unless I look at it and the sound's all wrong and something like that. My belly's bulging out, or I don't know, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, maybe you couldn't see my body because I didn't really do much work on it. See you soon, everyone.